know we all go through this, and I don't want to make this about me, but I have to do this from my perspective because I don't know if there's any other way that I could say it, and I'm just hoping the Spirit makes sense of this as it comes out of my mouth. But there are things that we are going to experience that aren't going to make sense. Like, there are times in our walk with God that we have so much clarity and things are making so much sense, and we just have revelation after revelation after revelation. And then all of a sudden, things get a little bit jumbled up. Things are kind of blurry. Things all of a sudden might not be making sense the way they used to. And you might be like, God, why is this happening? Because I'm doing all the things that I was before. Like, nothing's changed, right? Like, I'm not straying away from the path. I'm doing all the sessions of prayer. I'm reading how I should read. I'm fasting how I should fast. But why is this happening? We start putting this emphasis on things that we could do, which is not a bad thing, right? We should constantly be striving to do more for God. Like, maybe I should pray more, maybe I should read more, maybe I should fast more. What more can I do to strengthen this covenant, this relationship with God? Because it's a necessity. That's the truth. And in the acknowledgement of these shortcomings, we begin to get deceived to some extent. Like, although it's from the right place, we end up having some fundamental flaw in regards to what God is. And we start putting our own spin on things. Like, you know what, I'm just not close with God right now. I need to do more because I need to get closer to Him, because then things will start making sense. Or, you know, if I pursue Him more, then I'll be able to hear Him better, because I'm just far away from Him right now. And I'm putting this on me, like this is me needing to do more, me. We start reminiscing on those times, right? Those specific times where we're just like, oh man, God was right there with me. I need to go back to that place. I'm not there anymore. I've kind of strayed away. Or this one time, right? God, He was speaking to me. He was literally with me. He was right there. We feel like things are making sense because we think we are far away from God. We are thinking of pursuing Him only from the perspective of distance. This is where the Word of God puts us in check. We don't live a life of privacy. We don't deny it, but we forget to acknowledge it once we start getting into our own thoughts that God is omnipresent. He does not leave. He is constant. He never changes. There is no ending to Him. He is always there. Psalms 139 verses 6 through 11 says, "Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me." I want to say this in a very particular way because I don't want it to get taken wrong. But here on earth, there is absolutely nothing that we can do to get away from God. He is going to be there no matter what. And that's not to say that sin isn't real. That's not to say that there aren't consequences for our actions. Hell is a real place. But here on earth, there is zero that we can do to cancel out the presence of God. He is going to be there whether you like it or not. This is going to sound like a little bit too much, but it emphasizes the point, right? God is the truth. And the truth is that even though you've been exposed to it, you aren't going to understand the truth. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Because if we could articulate everything that was happening and comprehend every last detail of what was going on, how could our faith in God even be present? Our faith can only be present if we acknowledge His presence. No matter what we see, no matter what we feel, no matter what we hear or lack thereof, Jesus is with us.